Hello, hello, Sylvia here, nutrition and fasting coach, and happy Thursday, everyone. I'm doing a little training today, another training, but a live session here on how to beat that vicious cycle of sleeplessness leading to bad food choices and bad food choices leading to sleeplessness. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you had a really bad night's sleep, those donuts are so much more attractive than if you were well rested. And I'm going to dive into this in a little bit, but it's one of those things where it's like chicken or the egg, which came first, which one caused the other. So I'm going to break it down real quick. And first of all, I'm going to take a look at it as what lack of sleep does to your food choices. And it's all about your hormones. Your hormones control just about everything you do. And the first thing that happens is that you increase your ghrelin levels. Ghrelin is your hunger hormones. So you're going to feel more hungry when you're sleep deprived. The second thing that happens is that you decrease your leptin levels. Leptin is your satiety hormone. It's going to make you feel full. So the two of them together alone can cause disaster when it comes to food choices. Next thing, they've also been shown that there's a decreased activity in the region of the brain that signals food salience. So you get drawn to more high-calorie foods, sugary foods, fatty foods when you're sleep deprived. And you'll see an increase in activity in the part of the brain that controls the appetite. So the last thing I want to mention is that it also elevates cortisol, the stress hormone. And elevated cortisol causes elevated insulin. And we know insulin spikes leads to cravings. So it's just one thing stacked on top of the other one, which makes it really, really difficult to make good choices when we are sleep deprived. So this is just what happens when it comes to like the part of your brain and the body that about eating and nutrition and that. There's so many other things that happens when you are sleep deprived. So, but I'm not going to get into that. That's outside of my scope of practice. But let's flip it. Let's look at what a bad choice of food, how that will affect your sleep. So it's been shown that high sugar, high fat, like saturated fat diet, they are linked to less deep sleep. So there are actually devices out there now that measure your sleep. Just like a simple one like this that I'm wearing here. It's one of those garments that you track your steps, your sleep, stress, heart rate, all these things in this simple device like this. And you can check monitor on your phone. And you'll see if you look at the sleep part that it is divided up into different parts of sleep. So you have deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep. That's the 3 types that they measure. And then it will show how many times you're awake during the night, how much restlessness you've had during the night, and it will give you a sleep score from that. So they want you to have a certain amount of a balance of light sleep and deep sleep, and then REM sleep. So great thing to know as you're going through this process. But also large meals, like high calorie meals, prolongs the time it takes for you to fall asleep because of digesting, and your body's working hard, breaking down foods and that kind of thing. Then we have another part of this, another aspect where if you eat foods that can cause heartburn and acid reflux, indigestion, that definitely can cause bad sleep quality. And regular overeating, of course, can lead to weight gain. weight gain can lead to sleep apnea. And then lastly, high blood sugar. If you go to bed with your glucose high, that means your kidneys are working really hard to filter out the excess glucose. So it does that through your kidneys, and you need to urinate that out. So that might mean extra trips to the bathroom overnight, which is going to break up your sleep. So that's some of the things that what happens. So when it comes to your health, like how do we tackle this, right? That's what we want to know. How do we break out of this cycle? So one thing leads to the next, and you're just stuck in this cycle because you can't break out. Your health is never one issue. There's never just one thing that's going to solve everything, because your body is a system of systems, and they're all connected. Everything is connected with hormones and all these organs in your body working together in sync. So when you then talk about women over 40, where women in general are dealing with a lot more hormonal issues than men do, because our fluctuating sex hormones all month long, and then as we go into perimenopause, we start to have decline of these in very erratically sort of way, and this can lead to hot flashes, night sweats, trouble falling asleep, trouble staying asleep. That's just some of the 100 symptoms that are linked to menopause. So adding this to everything else, it's very complex. It's a lot to deal with. And so your hormones control just about everything in your body. So my program that I've designed is designed to help just that, to balance your hormones. And if you followed me, you know my 3 pillars. It is, first of all, nutrition. You need to get your food, your nutrients from whole foods. Focus on protein, fiber, and healthy fats. That's where you want to get your nutrients from. You want to include fasting to get the benefits from ketones. You want to get the benefits from autophagy. And you want to get the benefits from resetting your gut, balancing your microbiome. Your microbiome plays a huge role in hormone balance, in hormone distribution, and creating and working with your hormones. So you need to reset help your microbiome the best you can, and set that up. And then my step 3 is then syncing the fasting and feasting with your hormonal cycle, and to make sure that we are giving the female body what it needs at the right time of the month. That's my 3 pillars that I have in my program. But for this specific sleep and food choice scenario, I'm going to add a couple of steps for you. So these are things that I teach in my program anyway, but it's not a separate step like this. I just wanted to add it on here for you today so that you can take advantage of this. So step number 4, be prepared. So that is overall the biggest thing, because what happens when you are not getting good sleep? Your judgment is going to be less than optimal. And so when you start your day on an ultimate great night's sleep, you are given a certain amount of willpower. If you had so you want to try to avoid to put yourself in a situation where you run out of willpower and then make a bad decision. So by being prepared, you can have things prepared for your day. You know what your day is going to look like, when you're going to eat. You have enough food prepped for yourself. So prepping, organizing, planning, that is your number 1 thing to do to snap out of this. Be prepared. Then the next step is to don't try to diet after a bad night's sleep. Don't try to go in a calorie deficit or do a longer fast if that's not something you do on a regular basis after a bad night's sleep. Because if you have this much willpower after a great night of sleep. After a bad night of sleep, you have this much willpower, maybe. So before noon, that willpower is down to here. And then it's just, you get in one situation and it's out the window. So don't do that to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Know your limitations. Don't try to do something big after a bad night's sleep. Nurture your body. Give it what it needs. It needs to rest after a bad night's sleep. You need to get caught up. So that's 4, 5, and then 6. I'm going to combine a whole bunch of things in number 6, and that's just your overall sleep hygiene and your routine, your bedtime routine. Take a look at, first of all, going to bed and getting up at the same time every day. That can't be, I can't emphasize that enough. Being someone who has done shift work for just about my whole adult life, I can't say it enough how important it is to try to go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time every day. If you are a shift worker, do the best you can. If you can get out of it, do it for your health, do it for your own sanity. And yeah, it's just that important. Second, try to avoid any stimulants closer to bedtime, like caffeine, and of course overeating, like I talked about. And then alcohol is another one that will definitely affect your sleep. Get a comfortable bedroom, a dark room. Cool temperature is preferable, because your body's not going to fall asleep until your body temperature goes down. I forget how many degrees, but there's a couple of degrees your body temperature has to come down before you can actually go to sleep. So that's very important. And then the screen time. So limit your screen time a couple hours before bed, just to get those lights away from your eyes. And then of course it's all the things that you can add in, like some meditation, a nice hot bath with Epsom salt to get that magnesium, a cup of hot tea with some chamomile tea or something that's soothing. It's going to relax you and help you sleep, preferable. So that's what I had on my agenda today. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know below, or if you have any questions about any of this. I'll try to answer the best I can. Let's get out of this vicious cycle. Let's get us sleep. It's just that important. If you want to know anything more about my programs and how that works, if this is something that could work for you or could fit you, maybe that will be the missing link to get you to your goals, your health goals, wellness goals. Send me a DM, or you can drop a note below. I'll be happy to reach out to you. We can chat real quick and see if this is something for you. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys next time.